With Halloween approaching, historians in Kent, Ohio are offering a walking ghost tour. Our own Michael Neenan has more on what you can do at this spooky event.
Will this weekend be a fall washout, and how long will the temperatures get down? Details straight ahead.
And members of Kent's Jewish community held a vigil for all who lost their lives over the weekend in the developing conflict between Israel and Hamas.
House Majority Leader Steve Scalise lasts one day as a candidate for Speaker of the House. We have the latest updates on this sudden decision.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Portage County, and welcome to your Friday evening newscast. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Noah Rowe. We start tonight's coverage with a spooky event in downtown Kent.
Absolutely. Today is the first day of the Kent Ghost Walk, a ghost tour that will tell the tales of the supernatural in our very own Kent, Ohio.
And our very own Michael Neenan has more about this spooky event. Hi, Michael.
That's right, guys. I'm in downtown for the Kent Ghost Walk. The tour, hosted by Kent Stage, promises a night of excitement as visitors walk around downtown Kent, learning about the history and hauntings of several historic buildings. They will also have tours Saturday evening. People from all over Northeast Ohio come to the walk to experience the historical hauntings of Kent.
We were trying to think of ways to bring people into Kent, and so we decided that a ghost walk might be a fun thing to do. And somebody on my committee said, "Do you know of any place in Kent that's even haunted?" And I'm like, yes, our theater is very haunted, and I know a few other places are too. So that's how it was born.
Tickets for the event are all sold out. If you manage to get a ticket, event organizers recommend that you wear cool clothes and that you arrive 15 minutes early. The first tour starts at 6:30. From TV2 News, I'm Michael Neenan.
USG election applications open Friday morning, and we have up-to-date information for students who are interested in applying to be the 2024 election commissioner. If you visit the Kent State USG Instagram, you can find an application linked in their bio. Anyone with questions is encouraged to contact Student Body President Julie Butnato. Applications close October 20th at 5 p.m.
It's Rainbow Weekend here in Kent, and there's a ton of events going on to celebrate. Tonight at 7 is the Rainbow Run 5K. And if running isn't really your thing, don't worry. Tomorrow you can instead participate in the Rainbow Walk from noon until 5 p.m. The festivities do not end there, though. Tomorrow night is Kent Stage hosting the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Tickets are $10, but you can get them for $7 if you come in costume.
The Haymakers Farmers Market is now accepting the Ohio Direction Card and will offer $25 a week for produce perks for SNAP customers. The market also participates in other food-accessible programs like WIC, FMNP, senior nutrition vouchers, and more. The market every Saturday morning has fresh produce and baked goods that are always offered.
If you're a big beer fan, there's an event this weekend just for you. Leadership Portage County is holding its Craft Beer Fest tomorrow from noon until 6 p.m. The festivities will be held in the Streetsboro City Park and will include food, live music, and of course, beer. Tickets are available on the Leadership Portage County's Facebook page and cost $25 each.
If you enjoy horror and fashion, then listen up. The Haws of Horror fashion show kicks off their Halloween-inspired event tonight at Cartwright Hall. Kent fashion students use donated fabrics from the Kent Fabric Pantry to create their own designs. Local Kent businesses like Branded at Kent and Sun and Leo collaborated with students to bring sustainable, spooky looks to the runway. An annual solar eclipse is going to happen tomorrow afternoon, but it's looking like poor weather just might ruin the view.
Meteorologists say that clouds and rain are extremely likely tomorrow, but there's a chance for a break in the clouds in areas of central and western Ohio.
Odin, what can you tell us about the weather this weekend? Should we expect rain here in Kent?
Absolutely. We are going to be expecting a lot of rain for this weekend. Unfortunately, it is going to block our view of that solar eclipse, which is really sucky, but that's okay. Hello, Portage County in Northeast Ohio. I hope you are having a nice fall Friday evening out there. I'm TV2 weather anchor Odin Amador-Gorby with your Friday evening weather forecast. Now, currently in Kent, we're dealing with sunny skies right now. A high of 64 degrees. Definitely feels like fall out there for sure. As we are seeing those fall leaves change colors, it's been gorgeous out there. Dew point at 40 degrees, winds moving west at 7 miles per hour, humidity at 41%, and visibility at 10 miles. It is definitely a gorgeous fall evening for sure. And as we look across our Northeast Ohio region, we are seeing temperatures in the upper 60s, or lower 60s rather. Youngstown at 63, 60 in Ashtabula, 64 in our area of Kent, 61 towards Cleveland, a little cooler with that lake breeze, 60 degrees in Sandusky, Worcester at 63, Canton at 63, and Mansfield at 63 degrees. So it's definitely a really nice fall evening for sure. And as we look towards our hour-by-hour forecast, we are going to see tonight it's going to be a bit of an upswing of temperatures a little bit, 73 degrees towards 7 o'clock with cloudy skies. But then towards 9 o'clock, those rain showers are going to start to come in with that cold front, bringing temperatures down to 70, and then towards 11 o'clock, we'll see temperatures dip down to 66 degrees with rain showers. That's all I have for now, folks. In my next update, I'll have your weekend weather forecast, and we'll talk about that cold front that's coming through. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. Casey Weinstein will not be seeking a fourth term in the Ohio House. Instead, he aims to move to the Ohio Senate. The Democrat from Hudson will be running for the seat currently held by Senator Vernon Sykes from Akron. Sykes has reached his term limits and cannot seek re-election. Weinstein is the first to announce his candidacy for the position, and the primary for the Senate race will take place in March of next year.
This might be the beginning of a legal battle for Ohio Republicans after a lawsuit was filed against House Speaker Jason Stevens. 3 Republican representatives are suing the Speaker over the use of administrative funds and campaign funds. Representatives Derek Marin, Ron Ferguson, and Phil Plummer filed suit at the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas. Be sure to keep an eye on all Kent Wired socials, as we'll be posting more updates as information comes.
A Summit man who is accused of kidnapping 4 people and murdering 3 of them will have his day in court soon. 58-year-old Elias Godino faces multiple counts of aggravated murder, kidnapping, and tampering with evidence, amongst other charges. Godino was arrested back in March, and he has pled not guilty to all of these charges. His trial date is set for March 4th, 2024.
In Washington Township, police discovered a body from a submerged vehicle Thursday evening. Investigators say this could be the body of a missing Clinton County man, but they could not confirm his identity at this point. The sheriff's office believed the man drove into the pond accidentally. This investigation is still underway.
Kent State students from multiple organizations took to the K yesterday to show their support for Palestine. TV2 was there and captured the event.
It's been 3 weeks since UAW workers took to the picket lines. Now the union's president has a new strategy for negotiations. We have the details. Yesterday, members of the Jewish Student Center, Hillel, rabbis, and Jewish people from the community held a vigil for Israelis who have lost their lives in the horrific attack committed by the Hamas.
TV2's own Kennedy Gotham attended the event last night and has all of the details.
Kent State students gathered Thursday to unite for Israel. We all need somebody to lean on. The event was sponsored by Hillel, a Jewish organization on campus. Over 100 students came to support Israel.
It's for absolutely anyone in the Kent community who would like to come. Everyone is welcome.
The event was in response to the recent war that broke out in Israel last weekend.
I wasn't surprised that this created a rise in anti-Semitism, which the fact that I wasn't surprised by it sucks even more than the fact that it happened.
Hillel felt it was important to have an event for Jewish students to feel safe and share their experiences.
A lot of students at any time, but especially at a time like this, can feel alone, especially because the Jewish population is so small. A lot of people might not have Jewish friends or Jewish connections on campus other than Hillel.
Students at Hillel say the events in the Middle East make them feel targeted because of the tension between Palestine and Israel.
I've always worn a Star of David necklace, always. I'm very proud to be Jewish. And for the first time, I'm worried if I wear my Star of David necklace, is someone going to attack me?
Despite their fears, the students at Hillel say no matter what your beliefs, this is a time for people to come together.
You know, there's a lot of innocent people dying. This is the time to band together and celebrate the lives of those who have passed and to realize that these were innocent people and none of them deserved it.
Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Kennedy Gotham.
Multiple student organizations gathered yesterday afternoon for the protest for Palestine on the K.
TV2's own Lex Rady was there and has the details.
Students from multiple groups gathered together at the K and marched to bring awareness to Palestinian civilian deaths and discuss the liberation of Palestine.
I'm here to protest against the illegal occupation by the Israeli regime of the Palestinian people. That's pretty much my purpose here.
Students who gathered Thursday promoted a message of peace and encouragement while speaking out about the violence happening in the Middle East.
We have to overcompensate for those who have been silenced for 75 years. For 75 years, Palestinians have been oppressed, humiliated, and have lived without any idea of what tomorrow will bring.
Palestine has been occupied for over 75 years. People have been suffering for 75 years, but we are strong, we are resilient, and that's why we're here today.
Protesters left the K and marched to the rock on the front of main campus while chanting,
"From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free!"
Students painted the rock with the Palestinian flag and, quote, "Free Pal." Protesters felt like they have been silenced as a result of the conflicts in the Middle East.
There are, in fact, people who support Palestine. That it's not a one-sided issue and that there is a lot of oppression going on that people don't talk about.
The group hopes this event brings awareness to the ongoing conflict overseas.
I mean, just to raise awareness and stand with our Palestinian students, people who support Palestine.
For TV2 News, this is Lex Rady.
In the latest in Gaza, Israeli military aircraft dropped leaflets warning northern Gaza residents to evacuate in the next 24 hours. The leaflets warned residents to not return to their homes and to leave all shelters in Gaza. They were also warned to not approach the security wall or they would be risking their lives. CNN reports more than 1,900 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli airstrikes since the Hamas attacked Israel October 7th, and 1,300 Israelis were killed that day. Kent Wired will be posting regular updates in regards to the Israeli-Hamas war at kentwired.com.
And continuing with the Israel-Palestinian conflict, European leaders have shared a stern letter that was sent to the CEO of TikTok, Shou Chu. TikTok is being accused of being used to spread misinformation as well as illegal content about the conflict. Under the European Union's newly enacted Digital Services Act, TikTok must remove illegal content such as terrorist content or illegal hate speech. If a plan to remove the content isn't revealed in the next 24 hours, the company could face hefty fines.
Tonight on Capitol Hill, a few changes have been made in regards to the next Speaker of the House.
And this time, Ohio Representative Jim Jordan is in the running. Our own Brian Muetzel has more. Hi, Brian.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. I am Brian Muetzel, and tonight we take you to Capitol Hill, where the fight for Speaker continues, as new nominations has just been made for a couple hours ago. Republicans chose House Representative Jim Jordan as their new nominee for House Speaker earlier today. This comes as Scalise decides to withdraw Speaker candidate after he found himself the 217 votes he needed to be elected. Jim Jordan feels confident to get the votes he needs as former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is supporting the Republican nominee.
17 votes. But you'll only keep running if you get 217 votes? I think we'll watch yourself. I think we'll get 217 votes. Would you be open to empowering Patrick McHenry if you don't? I think we're going to get 217 votes. That's the quickest way to get to the unifying. Mr. Speaker, are you backing Jim Jordan for Speaker?
We're going to go see who's all running. I'm a big fan of Jim, though.
Could you be?
217? Would you let the conference go see?
Representative Steve Scalise announced Thursday night he was withdrawing his nomination as House Speaker. The decision came as many supporters of Jim Jordan refused to switch their allegiance, especially considering that Jim Jordan is endorsed by former President Donald Trump. Scalise said he would step aside in hopes that someone else could unite the party.
I just shared with my colleagues that I'm withdrawing my name as a candidate for the Speaker designee. If you look at over the last few weeks, if you look at where our conference is, there's still work to be done. Our conference still has to come together and is not there. There are still some people that have their own agendas.
Early this morning, after the announcement of Representative Austin Scott of Georgia, an ally of the former Speaker Kevin McCarthy, said he would seek nomination. He was effectively putting himself forward as a candidate to face Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio. Scott's entry into the race was unexpected and came after no one else raised their hand on Friday to challenge Jim Jordan. Representative Scott has heard the hard-right rebels who removed Kevin McCarthy and pledged to return Congress to its normal operations. Jim Jordan will now try to unite the House majority around his bid ahead of a floor vote that could be pushed to next week. For updates on the latest in this story, visit our website at Kent Wired. Reporting from the Franklin Hall studio, I'm Brian Muetzel, TV2 News.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a look now at your statewide temperatures all across our beautiful state of Ohio today. 62 in Akron right now, 66 in Steubenville. A lot warmer down south. Athens, you're looking at 76. Our state capital, Columbus, at 72 degrees. Lima at 67. Dayton at a whopping 75. Cincinnati at a balming 76 degrees out there right now. And so it's definitely a very warm evening, but for us northern, it's a lot cooler because it's fall. And as we look for your weekend outlook, let's talk about it. For tomorrow, we will be dealing with rain showers that will be going on throughout all the day. There'll be a 93% chance of rain showers. It will be a high of 52 degrees. Winds will be east-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour, so it's going to be very windy out there too and gusty. And sunset will be at 6:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as you can clearly see, the sun's starting to go down earlier and earlier because we're starting to head into the fall and winter months. And as we look for tomorrow, things are going to start to dry out. So we'll be dealing with overcast skies with a slight chance of rain showers throughout the day. Winds will be moving north at 11 miles per hour, a little gusty still, but we will be getting down lower in temperatures with a high of only 52 degrees. So that's pretty cold. So make sure you have your jackets out for the day Sunday. And sunset will be at 6:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as we look towards your 7-day outlook, let's talk about it, folks. We will be dealing with rain showers for your Saturday with a high of 52 degrees as that cold front comes through. Cloudy skies for your Sunday, a high of 52 as well. And then Monday, we will continue that fall-like pattern with rain showers and continue with rain showers into your Tuesday with highs only in the 50s. Wednesday, we'll start to see some clouds and sun come out a little bit, and the temperatures will start to rebound, a high of 58 for Wednesday. Thursday will be partly cloudy with a high of 62, and Friday, a high of 60 with rain showers that are coming in. And that about wraps up my Friday evening weather forecast. Please stay warm and dry out there this weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. One of the nation's ongoing strikes seems to have come to an end. Kaiser Permanente announced on its social media that they had reached a tentative agreement with union workers earlier this morning. Workers had walked off the job last week for 3 days, and it became the largest healthcare strike in history. Individual employees will vote on the agreement next week, and if employees vote no, workers may go on strike again next month.
And the latest from the United Auto Workers strikes. UAW President Shawn Fain addressed strikers this morning with a fiery speech. Fain said, quote, "We're not messing around," end quote. The union president previewed a more sudden approach to striking that would catch Big Three off guard. It's now been 3 weeks since the start of UAW strikes. 34,000 UAW members have walked off their jobs in 21 states since.
A jury delivered verdicts last night for 2 Colorado police officers who arrested Elijah McClain. The unarmed 23-year-old black man died after he was subdued by police and injected with ketamine by paramedics in 2019. Randy Rodema was found guilty of criminally negligent homicide and assault, while the other officer was acquitted of all charges. A third officer and 2 paramedics are set to go on trial in the coming weeks. All 3 of them have pleaded not guilty.
A Connecticut woman found the surprise of a lifetime after getting a notification from her home security app. Stick around to see the unbelievable scene she caught.
And stay tuned. Kent State has a very busy weekend, and we're going to toss around campus and see what's happening when we come back from break.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Timmy Carlile here with your TV2 Sports Report. Today, we've got a lot to cover, from Kent State to Thursday Night Football. It should be some really exciting stuff. Let's take a look all around campus and see what's happening with Kent State athletics. Here we go. Women's volleyball started their first game against Miami University when we began our newscast at the top of the hour, with a second game to start tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Cross country heads to the University of Virginia for pre-nationals tomorrow. The men will start their race at 8:45 a.m., with the women following at 11 a.m. Also on Saturday, the Golden Flashes football team is heading to EMU to kick off against the Eagles, which will be scheduled for about 12 p.m. Wrapping up the weekend action, Kent State Athletics has a slam-packed Sunday. Men's golf is going out to Michigan State for the Quail Valley Intercollegiate Invitational, and women's golf travels to the University of Tennessee for the Mercedes-Benz Invitational. Field hockey welcomes Lock Haven to Kent State for a match at noon. And finally, women's soccer will face Northern Illinois, the Huskies, in a match at home. First kick is scheduled for 1 p.m. That's going to wrap up another edition of Tossing Around with Timmy. Now let's check out the Thursday night football highlights. We are going out to Arrowhead once again. We're going to watch the Chiefs play on Thursday night football. This time, Mr. Unlimited, Russell Wilson's going to get things going for the Broncos. How's it going to go? It's not going to go too well when the ball is going to be picked off by number 32, Nick Bolton. 3-0 Chiefs as they're going to throw the ball to Kadarius Toney from Pat Mahomes, making it 10-0 Chiefs. Just like that, the Chiefs were up 10-0, cruising on the Broncos just like everybody expected. Denver's only 1-4 this season, and Pat Mahomes is looking to get his 80th win in 100 straight starts. You can see Russell Wilson's pass to Cortland Sutton there. The refs didn't think it was a touchdown at first, but after further review, that one's going to be called a touchdown. I was sitting there watching it at home, and Sutton got up, immediately went and wanted the challenge call. I figured he probably had the touchdown there. Sean Payton looking at his play sheet. You can view that on Twitter if you actually go ahead and look. And apparently that's all the time we're going to have for the highlights, as we're jumping back to me now. But from Kansas City to Kent and everywhere in between, sports don't stop, and neither do we. I've been Timmy Carlile with your Friday Night Sports Report. Take care, everybody.
A messy home is unbearable, but a bear trashing your place, well, that would be very bad. What one silly bear was caught red-pawed doing inside of a woman's home.
Well, happy Friday the 13th, everyone. We are so excited here in the studio.
So excited.
Noah, did you know on the 13th of the month, it only falls on Friday 3 times in a year? So we got it this Friday.
That's pretty spooky. It's right in time for Halloween,
Absolutely.
Erin. But why are people so superstitious about Friday the 13th? You know, there's speculations it could sometimes be linked to a terrible event. There's even stories of Friday the 13th being unlucky that date back to biblical times. Thankfully, though, we made it through the newscast without any major misfortune happening. But for one woman in Connecticut, bad luck came a day early. Imagine this, your phone buzzes while you're at work and you discover a bear's been caught inside your house. Now, keep imagining for me, guys. What if that bear also ate your lasagna? That was the unfortunate reality for one woman yesterday. The bear stuck around to the scene of the crime for nearly 35 minutes before fleeing out into the woods.
I would have ran after that bear for my lasagna.
I know. If I spend money on a good lasagna and it gets taken by a bear, it's hands.
Let's hope it was frozen, like a cheap frozen one from the grocery store.
I love that Stouffer's lasagna. It's so good. I love it. I buy those little tiny packs at the grocery store. And if a bear were to take it, I'll be so angry.
Yeah, I'd have tried to fight the bear. You ain't getting my food, man.
All right, well, what's everyone doing today for Friday the 13th? Are we feeling a little spooky vibes here in the studio?
Spooky? Well, I mean, Who knows? I might go out and dress up or something like that.
Right,
Well, I'm just
who
going out to
knows?
dinner, but yeah.
Right, yeah. Well, that's all the time we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining us.
For updates on these stories and more, please visit our website at kentwire.com.
But TV2 is not done yet. An all-new episode of Kent Core premieres tonight at 9. I'm Timmy Carlile.
I'm Odin Amador-Gorby.
I'm Noah Rowe.
I'm Erin Sullivan. Have a great night, Portage County.
This is Portage County's TV2, broadcasting from the campus of Kent State University. Streaming online at kentwired.com.